Good morning and welcome to your PrimetimeSports.com. Another edition of Double G Sports Talk Saturday. I'm Dave Grimm, and he's been in a street fight outside. It's Clifton Garmrath. I don't know if you can see his glasses.
I forgot I got to hold this up here, don't I?
Is that turned on? Because I can't hear you. I got to make sure.
Yeah, it's on.
All
Did
right.
you give me enough volume?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay.
Now, what have you done to your glasses?
Well, y'all were kidding with me, and you dared me to go on live with my glasses like this. I pulled them off the table a minute ago when I was taking off my hoodie and did not realize it. And when I turned around, I stepped on them. So I broke my glasses. So don't I look good?
You're not going to wear them like that the whole show, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to wear them the whole show. I'm going to wear them like this all day long. What do you think?
Okay, moving on.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Coach told me he'd buy me a hamburger if I went on, so I got a hamburger
guest over
coming.
there messing with him, Coach Bill Taylor from Manila. We'll talk to him momentarily. But as always, we start the show going over last night's action in the 5A East and then going over the standings, the current standings in that conference. We'll start with girls, and in 5A East action last night, the game we were at, Beebe handled the Nettleton Lady Raiders easily, 48-31. Forrest City all over Blytheville, big win for Forrest City. That's only their second win of the season in girls action, 72-57 over Blytheville. Greene County Tech girls defeated Batesville, 55-38, and in Paragould over the Wynne Yellowjackets, the Paragould Lady Rams, 53-20. That was, I bet that was fun to watch.
Yeah, well.
Like watching paint dry.
You're starting to notice the girls' conference starting to spread itself apart a little bit. You know, you have a little bit of a distance between GCT and Nettleton, and then Forrest City, you know, right there in the hunt for the first time in many, many years that I can remember that the girls' program is, you know, usually they're down there where Wynne's at.
Well, two of the teams in the 5A East, Greene County Tech and Paragould, have completed their first half because they made up their snow game.
Right.
The rest of them will be making up their snow game this coming Tuesday night. So the standings for the girls are as follows. Beebe in first place, 6-0. Paragould a half game back, 6-1. Greene County Tech third place, 5-2. Nettleton 3-3. And then the outside looking in, Forrest City and Batesville tied 2-4. Blytheville 1-5. And Wynne 0-6. In boys action last night, the one we were at came right down to the wire, and the visiting Beebe Badgers completed the sweep at Nettleton last night, 54-51. Overtime thriller here in Paragould last night as the Rams held on to defeat the Wynne Yellowjackets in overtime, 64-57.
A very good athletic Yellow Jacket team, I may say.
Yeah, because the game before at Beebe, wasn't that game at Beebe or was it at Wynne? I believe. I'm not sure.
I believe it was at Wynne.
Okay, and they destroyed the Beebe Badgers, who were at that time in first place.
And get this, this is what's so strange about the 5A is, then Paragould hosts Nettleton the other night, and they get beat on their own floor by Nettleton.
Anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy, but it's all bunched up right now.
And then Greene County Tech boys handled Batesville 58-42, and the final score: Forrest City and Blytheville, the Mustangs 63, and the Chickasaws 38. So the standings in the boys: Forrest City sits alone at the top, 6-0. BB nipping on their heels, 5-1. Their only conference loss we talked about just now. To win Tuesday night. Paragould only has third place by a half a game, 4-3. Then Nettleton and Wynne are tied for fourth place, 3-3. Greene County Tech 3-4, Blytheville 1-5, Batesville 0-6. And we're going to have in boys a pretty key matchup, I'd say. Well, for Nettleton anyway, because they need to win now. Nettleton traveling to Blytheville on Tuesday night for the makeup game that they should have played a couple of weeks ago. We're going to be there, girls and boys. Nettleton, tied for fourth place, is in a must-win situation at this point. They've got to win. They've got to start winning games. They're 3-3 in conference play.
Yeah, and that and I feel like they should win that game. You know, Blytheville 1-5, but they're playing on Blytheville's floor, so
that's true. And anything can happen in that gym.
Yeah, and But yeah, that's a win that they need to have to keep them right up there in the top half of the standings. You know, so when you get to this part of the season, every win's important.
Any other area scores you wanted to go over before we move on?
Well, Earl, and I seen this on the news last night. Earl nudged out Manila last night. Looked like in a real good game. And let's see, who's somebody else we cover? Rector looked like they got beat by EPC. Now, the Bay Yellowjackets, they picked up their 30th win of the season last night as they knocked off CRA. So, yeah, there's some good basketball going on right now. And some of these smaller schools were starting to we're real close to that regional tournament starting. Those type of tournaments are just right around the corner. So,
yeah, the district tournaments will be starting probably second week of February, then the regionals in the third week of February, and then state the fourth week of February.
Right.
And
I said regionals, didn't I?
Yeah,
I just
district, then regional,
yeah.
then state. But for 5A schools and up, there is none of that preliminary stuff. They stop the season and go on to state.
Yeah.
So, and that's why it's so important for these 5A schools to get those top 4 spots, because if you fall in number 5, you're done.
Yep. And been a lot of good teams over the past several years we've seen fall into that number 5 spot.
There's going to be a lot of good teams in the 3AA that don't get out of the regional.
That's true.
And we've talked about that a lot before, and we'll talk about it more because we may have a little bit to do with the 2A state tournament this year,
right.
Maybe. So all of our guests today are going to be handled by Clifton Garmrath. I'm going to be behind the camera today producing the show, so this is probably the last time you're going to see me today.
We have a little bit different setup. I walk in this morning, and where we're usually over in the corner, I come in, and Graham's got the camera facing toward the
I got the computer and the soundboard and all the controls, everything back there off camera so that it doesn't bulk up the shot like we usually do.
So you're going to be a real TV producer this morning, then, aren't you?
Wasn't I before?
Well, yeah, but
okay.
I mean, you're going to be actually sitting right there at the controls, and boom, you're right there. You're right there on it, man.
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
You going to do any instant replay on me and Bill?
Hey, that'd be a good idea. See, I wish we had the camera rolling when you broke your glasses. We could run the instant replay of
don't bring it up anymore. I'm already ticked off about that.
All right.
I like them glasses.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's a 2-minute break. When we come back, I will no longer be in this chair. Clifton will have all of our guests, starting with Coach Bill Taylor, athletic director and head baseball coach at Manila. When we come back, I'll see you later, on yourprimetimesports.com.
You get big-time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
Welcome back to your PrimetimeSports.com. And sitting with Clifton right now, our first guest, Coach Bill Taylor.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you, buddy.
The first guest because I was the only one that would get up this early.
You did it for me,
That's
didn't you?
right.
Oh, well, we want to talk about the Manila Lions this morning, and let me back up just a little bit. We had Lee Wimberly on, who's doing a wonderful job at Manila this year with the men's basketball, and he texted me early Thursday morning, and he had his daughter's in a cheerleading competition, and so then we tried to get Mark Manchester, who's doing a wonderful job, and so then he had something planned, and I'm driving to Blytheville the other day. I'm thinking, man, who can I get? Oh, I know who I can get. I know who will take this spot. So anyway.
Yeah, third choice.
That's not
choice,
why I
Bill.
told the story. Here's why. But here's the deal. After I thought about it, well, we'll have some very interesting things to talk about. For all of y'all out there that do not know, my friend, Coach Bill Taylor, is now, starting in January, the athletic director for the Manila Lions. And so how you like that job?
I'm loving it. It's a new challenge for me, and taking over as AD in the middle of the school year is tough. There's a lot of things. I'm jumping in the game in the middle, but I got some great coaches to work with, and I feel like our programs, all of our programs are headed in the right direction.
Now, this is not the first time that you've been an AD.
No, I've been an AD several years before.
Right.
I was an assistant AD at Springdale High School, so I've got that experience.
Right.
I was the AD at Buffalo Island Central, and we built, went through some building project there and started some new programs. So I've got experience at that.
But as being an AD at those other schools, you had some other responsibilities that were more demanding, and that was coaching.
Yeah.
And with this, you're not coaching basketball, but you are going to be the head baseball coach.
I am the head baseball coach. When I retired in July, and I just knew I needed some time. I never dreamed I would be back in coaching. I never dreamed I'd be back at Manila. It's just things have worked out that way, and I'm really happy there.
Yeah, well, I think everything happens for a reason, and but we want to talk about the Lions basketball program and what a fabulous job that Lee has stepped into your role as head coach from last year, and he's just doing a great job.
Yeah, I told someone last night, this is how I know Lee Wimberly has done a great job replacing me. My phone hasn't rang. The players haven't called, and the moms and dads haven't called, and coach, and none of that stuff. And I told Lee that. I said, I'm so happy you're doing a great job because no one's ever calling me. So we got beat last night by Earl, but with 2 games to go, we have a 1-game lead. Our boys need to win one more game. They play at Rivercrest, and then we're at home against Piggott. If we can even win one of those games, we're going to guarantee ourselves the number 1 seed in the conference tournament because Osceola is the team that's chasing. We beat Osceola worse than they beat us. So even if we tie for the conference championship, we're going to get that 1 seed.
Yeah.
By virtue of getting the 1 seed in 3A basketball, even if you lose the first game of the district tournament, you go into the regional as a 3. So, in other words, we can drop any lower than the 3 spot. And we could, and of course, win the whole doggone thing. But our guys need one more win this week to secure that number 1 seed.
Now, and then where's the regional, or is the district tournament
The district,
first? Where's it being held?
The district tournament will be at Hoxie.
Okay.
And then the regional there as well in their new gym. So they've got the district and the regional back-to-back weeks at Hoxie.
You need to keep us posted on that.
Sure will.
No farther than that is. I would love to drive over there and watch Manila play. I've had the opportunity to see them play a couple of times this year, and the one game that I obviously had the opportunity to see was the famous Victor Duke's dunk that they became so worldwide known. But I was at that game, and I thought they played good. And I had a good first half anyway.
Yeah.
But there was another game that I seen that I thought they played really, really well at. And I'm trying to remember what it is, but the games that I have had the opportunity to see, I just thought Lee has done a wonderful job.
Just really feel good about him at the hire that the school made, Coach Wimberly, giving him his first head coaching job, and He's just done a great job. It's been a perfect fit. He's more defensive minded than I was, so it's been a nice mix. Of what. Anytime you replace a coach, you sort of kind of look for something opposite of what you had. That's just natural human nature. So I was more offensive minded. Now we've got a more defensive minded coach, so it's mixing really well. And like I said, we're only one win away from winning the conference. And I'm talking about winning a conference with Earl and Rivercrest and Osceola and Hoxie. And those are some really good clubs.
Yeah.
And not to mention Pickett's had an amazing year. They really have. The Pickett's had a really good year. So it's been quite a story. Our girls with Coach Mark Manchester, undefeated in the conference, won the conference championship on Thursday night. So we're in a position at Manila to have the conference champion in boys and girls basketball in an extremely tough league.
Now, is this Mark's first year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mark took over
because when I found out that he was the girls' coach, I've not seen any of the Manila girls' games this year. It was always Coach Priest,
right?
And I was like, whoa, I thought he was over at Walnut Ridge, right?
He was. Mark was the principal at Walnut Ridge High School, that missed coaching and kind of reached out to us, and we were excited for that. And so it's been a seamless transition from Coach Priest to Coach Manchester. And I think the thing that gets lost with Mark's team is Kaylin Shelton, our in my opinion, our best player, a sophomore, tore ACL 4 games into the season, and I mean, we're undefeated in the league, ranked number 2 in the state, if that means anything, which it really doesn't.
Right.
But it just lets you know that you're
having a good year.
You're having a good year, and so they've done all this without Kaylin, and she won't be back this year, but the majority of the Lady Lions will be back next year with her. So
wow.
they're a state championship caliber team next year.
Okay. Well,
if not this season.
I was going to mention a minute ago, and we'll go back to it, and then we'll come back to the girls here in a moment. But where Wimberley learned that defense
from Scotty B.
Yeah. I tell you, every guy that ever that was ever coached by Coach Bowlin, he preaches that every school he's been to, and if you see these guys, if they become head basketball coaches somewhere, you see a similarity there.
Well, yeah, it's his coaching tree.
Yeah,
it's his coaching tree, and he, Lee has a lot of, he has Scott's defensive mindset.
Right. So when you brought that up, man, I thought, I know exactly where he picked that up. Matter of fact, you have 2 guys that are head coaches at Manila right now, the girls and the boys that played for him, and that both went to Rector.
Yeah, we have 2 Rector alums as our head coaches.
So that's pretty cool right there.
They're lifelong friends, and so they work really well together. And that's one of the things, as coming back as athletic director, that appealed to me was I have a staff that I can work with. There's a couple of other young coaches on staff that I felt like, I remember when I was that young coach, and the older coaches that didn't help me.
Right.
I won't name them. I remember them, and I also remember the coaches that did help me. Coaches like Boyd Shelton, some of the more experienced coaches that reached out to me as a young coach and helped me. And I want to do that for the young coaches on our staff.
Well, I think whether you're a player or whatever you do, I mean, salesman, whatever, you should. That's part of your.
You owe it to it.
Yeah.
You owe it to the business, yeah.
Because someone had to teach you.
Right.
There was somewhere along the way that someone taught you, and I remember so many people pulling me off the side and helping me with certain things, and you don't forget those people.
Yeah.
You really don't. So, Dave, are we at a break moment, or
we can be if you wish to be?
Well, I was just looking at my watch. We're right at that time. So if you want to run a 4-minute break, we'll come back and we'll take 4 minutes. So we'll return in 4 minutes here at Batten's Bakery live with Coach Bill Taylor on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a big Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
When you feel bad and it's after regular office hours, turn to CR Doc. Here's Dr. Roger Cagle.
At CR Doc, we offer more than the standard family medicine practice. We have extended office hours with on-site lab and x-ray, as well as casting and suturing capabilities, giving you an alternative to those crowded emergency rooms for all your minor injuries and accidents that need fast, complete medical attention. Appointments are available but not necessary.
CR Doc in the King Carroll Suites on West Kings Highway in Paragould in front of Walmart.
At CR Doc, we are patient people.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Mr. T's Riverside Cafe in Cardinal, Missouri for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us after the game for a pizza or our delicious hickory smoked barbecue just a short drive across the Kahlua-colored waters of the St. Francis River at the Arkansas-Missouri state line in the scenic resort town of Cardinal, Missouri.
Mr. T's at Riverside.
Cavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Your one-stop car shop to the vehicle you deserve. Every make and model is right here on our lot. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Lincoln, Cadillac, and more. With a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. We also have a great variety of certified pre-owned Kias with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. You'll never have to drive anywhere else than Cavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Visit us today on Stadium Boulevard, just south of the bypass, or online at CavanaughKia.com.
We opened our maximum free checking account online. It took less than 15 minutes.
With Focus Bank, you can easily open your maximum free checking or max savers account online. And with mobile banking, you'll always stay in control. Whether you're looking for a free checking account, an interest-bearing account, or a rewards checking account, Focus Bank has a solution for you.
Mobile banking with Focus Bank makes our life easier.
Visit FocusBank.com and sign up for a new account with mobile banking today.
Hi, I'm Middle Rock Lemon. And when I'm in Northeast Arkansas, when I watch sports, I watch all my sports on YourPrimeTimeSports.com. You should too.
Oh, yeah, the legendary Meadowlark Lemon right there. Welcome back to YourPrimetimeSports.com. We are here on Double G Sports Talk Saturday, and Clifton has more with Coach Bill Taylor.
Yeah, we're going to pick up where we left off. So let's go back to the boys basketball and talk about the success that they're having this year and some of the games that maybe you recall.
Yeah, well, you know, I told Lee this summer, I said, Lee, you're going to have the kind of team that you're never going to get to take a breath. They're going to fight so hard, Clifton. I mean, a lot of coaches say that, but there's really something special about those kids. They just grind and they'll do whatever it takes, and they'll take the charges and all that business. But my point being that I said you're never going to – every game's going to be close. Now, last night we lost by 4 to Manila. I mean to Earl, and so it's at Manila. And every game is like that. Even when he's playing the bottom of the league, those games have been close.
Right.
And it's just that kind of team. You're not going to really be able to enjoy the season until it's over because it's such a grind right now, for him. But he's young and he can do that.
Yeah, but I started saying it's going to start aging him real quick.
Well, I mean, he's got exactly the same type of team that I had a year ago. I mean, a lot of the same kids. We were better a year ago on the perimeter. We could shoot the ball a little bit better. There was a couple kids that graduated that could score the ball from the perimeter. He's much better post play this season. Scott Eubanks has come on.
Kid that I really like watching play.
Scott Eubanks, when I got there, he was in the 8th grade, and I wasn't sure he didn't need to be a library aide or something. He was not very good, and through his hard work, strictly his hard work, he has become a very, very good basketball player. Great-looking athlete. Zach Riley is a transfer from Alabama that moved in, and he's really he's really helped a lot in the post. And of course, Brady Jones is the go-to guy for Manila, and we all believe he's a Division I baseball player, and I'm certainly hoping I can help him reach that goal. But so those are kind
But
of,
he's a pitcher.
he throws it really hard.
Does he?
Little wild, conveniently wild sometimes, but when Brady's right, he can beat a lot of teams.
Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
there,
it's funny. I watched him play last year, and we'll talk basketball here in just a second. But as the season wore on, and he got more comfortable, and he became our dominant number one.
Well, there's and I think you and I were sitting together at the NEA, and I told you how much that I really like the Eubanks kid. He does so many things up and down the floor, but he's like a lot of other kids that I see play. He gets in foul trouble a lot sometimes by grabbing and slapping it.
Right.
Boy, if he was to have learned, what grade is he in? Is he a senior?
He's just a junior.
Just a junior.
Yeah.
Boy, if he learns between now and next year when to do that and when not to do that, he can stand there most of that game. He is such a force on the boards. Yeah. And he does so many good things underneath. So I really like him.
For our boys, I mean, if there's ever a blue collar team, it's ours. I mean, they're nothing. They won't knock your eyes out, but they'll just beat you, and they'll hang around. And they've got wins over East Poinsett County and Valley View and Osceola and Rivercrest and Earl. I mean,
they are grinders.
They grind. They're going to find a way to beat you.
Yeah, they're going to fight you tooth and nail right down to the last whistle.
Last night our guys were 20 of 35 from the foul line. That's why they got beat. Missed 15 foul shots. And so Coach Wimberly sent me a text last night, and it was all about the free throw line. And we got there some. We just didn't cash it in.
Do you know their overall record?
I don't know. It's.
I didn't mean.
We've only lost. Let's see. We've lost two league games now, or 3 league games now. Probably outside the league, maybe 3. So somewhere around 18-6, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
16-6, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
They had a nail biter against Paragould before the season.
Paragould.
Yeah.
You're right, Dave. Paragould beat them at the horn on a 3. So there's the legend, Scotty Bowlin.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I wish I could. Oh, it's too late.
It's too late. Don't give him the camera. We're talking about Manila basketball.
Gotcha.
I don't want him on the camera right now.
Gotcha.
So, but anyway, now let's talk a little bit about. We got just a few minutes about Coach.
Coach Manchester's
Coach
girls.
Manchester's girls team.
Once again, just really proud of him, and they've wrapped up the conference championship. We're ranked 2nd in the state. We're a state championship contender without our best player.
Right.
I mean, it's just an amazing story that they've been able to hold us together. And our girls haven't advanced in a state tournament. We've been to the state tournament in girls basketball. We haven't advanced in probably 50 years. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
And so we're looking for, first of all, first things first, we got to get to the tournament.
Right.
But this is a team that could advance.
Now, 2 new coaches. Obviously, these kids have adapted well. When new coaches move in, they bring new philosophies and new things. So, you can't help but like Mark Manchester.
Oh, the mayor.
When Lee texted me the other morning and said, let me see if I can get Coach Manchester, and he texted me the record of the girls and was giving me all the success stories. And I said, sure. I said, I'd love to have Mark. I'm sitting there thinking, I think, he is so funny. He will bring life to the party,
Yeah, Mark's a lot of fun, and he's
has that dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
You if you don't know him, you don't know how to take him. But boy, I mean, I'm sure he, I know he knows when to get serious and coach, and he knows when to be okay, off the floor.
I think you've hit on the
get
key.
Out of here.
I think you've hit on the key.
He just video bombed you guys.
I think you've hit on the key to Mark's success is his ability to handle people. He knows when to push step on the gas and when to hit the brake. So that's kind of been the key for him. He really knows how to handle people well.
Well, and I'm sure those girls really like him and what he's brought to the table. And so, like I said, I'm been under a rock. I guess I didn't realize that he was the girls' coach, which outside the 5A.
Well, sure.
You
get locked up into that.
Yeah.
But Mark's challenge will be to keep people like me and you and his fans in check and not getting too far ahead of themselves.
Right.
Because our girls haven't had that kind of success in a long time. And we've had good teams, but we just have – we'll have to make sure we keep things in order, and I'll have to help, try to keep our fans controlled because they'll be wanting to make hotel arrangements this afternoon. And we still got a lot of work to do.
Mark's a veteran coach that I feel like, and you do too. He can handle that.
He can more than handle that.
You've been down that road many times, and as the AD, you'll be able to help guide them.
I hope I can.
So now, briefly, let's talk about your job title and what you're going to be doing. Besides the athletic director, you're also going to be the head baseball coach.
Yeah, I'm the head baseball coach. We've got, we've been to the state tournament 6 years in a row in baseball, and we got 6 starters back. We got our number 1 and our number 2 on the mound back, and that's my passion has always been baseball. I love coaching basketball. I was good at it. I want to be good as a baseball coach.
Right.
The city we have an indoor facility down at the airport that the city, we have a partnership with them, so we have indoor cages and we're able to throw indoors. But I'm looking forward to that challenge of baseball. It's a shorter season. The players are excited. I mean, we're in a really good place baseball wise. We do have long term a couple of grades that are lacking. In all of our sports, we've got some real concerns about some middle school grades that aren't producing the kind of athletes we need, but I'm really excited about my baseball players. We've been working now for 3 weeks since I got the job. We started right away. A lot of my really good baseball players are still on the basketball team. They won't touch a baseball until basketball's over.
Sure.
We're going to go with the sports that's in season, and we'll just try to play catch up. But my biggest challenge so far has been the scheduling. I had the conference schedule made out. That's made out for every coach, but then trying to find trying to fill the holes in my schedule. It's been a really tough challenge. I've picked up a few games. I've picked up Wynne, and I'm just having to piece it together the best I can.
So how many games are you going to try to play?
Well, we'll play the max. I'm in 0 tournaments right now, so I'm trying to squeeze in. The tournament bracket's basically already set. I'm looking for opportunities where I can jump in and pick up a few games.
So like the Paragould tournament over here that they have every year, it's already set.
Well, that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to squeeze my way in at a couple of places, and the coaches we're working on some things right now. But the schedule, we're up to I think I've got 21 games scheduled right now. Beyond so. Right. I still have a few more spots to fill.
Well, Coach, I'm working on our spring broadcast schedule right now. I would actually like to get a Manila game on that spring broadcast schedule if we can. So, do you have it with you by any chance?
No, it's okay. I don't have it with me.
I'll get with you at the beginning of the week. Scott, y'all can't hear Scott off camera. But
he's trying to take over already, and he's not even on the show. You know what?
Scott's always on the show. He's always the show. That's right.
Look, a good.
One of a kind.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy this morning.
I'm sticking around to watch.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So, all right. Well, we talked some good basketball and boys and girls from Manila. We talked some good baseball, and it's going to be fun to watch the next few weeks and see where everything goes.
It feels a little different out there this morning. It almost feels like the state tournaments are just around the corner. So it's
smell it in the air.
This is when I'm going to start to miss basketball coaching right now. Is February and March.
Yeah. Well, we're going to return in how way you want, Dave.
You tell me.
4 minutes. We'll return here live at Batten's Bakery with YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
You get big-time savings and hometown service. Always a big Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
At First National Bank, you have convenience. right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
When you feel bad and it's after regular office hours, turn to CR Doc. Here's Dr. Roger Cagle.
At CR Doc, we offer more than the standard family medicine practice. We have extended office hours with on-site lab and x-ray, as well as casting and suturing capabilities, giving you an alternative to those crowded emergency rooms for all your minor injuries and accidents that need fast, complete medical attention. Appointments are available, not necessary.
CR Doc in the King Carroll Suites on West Kings Highway in Paragould in front of Walmart.
At CR Doc, we are patient people.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Mr. T's Riverside Cafe in Cardinal, Missouri for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us after the game for a pizza or our delicious hickory smoked barbecue, just a short drive across the Kahlua-colored waters of the St. Francis River at the Arkansas-Missouri state line in the scenic resort town of Cardinal, Missouri.
Mr. T's at Riverside.
Kavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Your one-stop car shop to find the vehicle you deserve. Every make and model is right here on our lot. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Lincoln, Cadillac, and more. With a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. We also have a great variety of certified pre-owned Kias with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. You'll never have to drive anywhere else than Kavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Visit us today on Stadium Boulevard, just south of the bypass, or online at KavanaughKia.com.
We opened our maximum free checking account online. It took less than 15 minutes.
With Focus Bank, you can easily open your maximum free checking or max savers account online. And with mobile banking, you'll always stay in control. Whether you're looking for a free checking account, an interest-bearing account, or a rewards checking account, Focus Bank has a solution for you.
Mobile banking with Focus Bank makes our life easier.
Visit FocusBank.com and sign up for a new account with mobile banking today.
Hi, I'm Middle Rock Lemon. When I'm in Northeast Arkansas, when I watch sports, I watch all my sports on YourPrimeTimeSports.com. You should too.
Welcome back. YourPrimeTimeSports.com. Double G Sports Talk Saturday. I'm one of the G's, Dave Grimm. The other G is Clifton Garmrath, and he's sitting with I'm just flustered this morning. He's sitting with Coach Scott Bowlin right now for Greene County Tech.
Hey, when you have this guy come in, you go get flustered. Yeah,
he just came in and just took over, didn't he?
We're live here at Batten's Bakery, and Coach Bowlin just stepped in. So he started outside the window here making faces at us. Then he comes in and goes behind Coach Bill and I. So now are you ready to talk basketball? And
he wants to read the newspaper.
Or you want to show off your new shoes? Oh, that's another pair.
Are they green and gold?
No, they're black.
Black. His mic's not on.
Is it not on? There you go.
Is it on now?
Yes, it is, sir.
Yeah, they're yellow and black, but I got my good guy hat on, white. Good guys wear white.
Yeah, and it's blinding the camera.
I
understand.
All right, let's get serious and let's talk some Greene County Tech basketball. You pulled off a victory last night and kind of helped you out a little bit with a loss down the road.
Well, it did. Anytime you can win on the road, it's a good win. We've just got to carry on from that. And the thing that we still know as a group is we still control our own destiny. Yes, you do. And, I've had the opportunity to see a couple of games. And, the games that I've seen, you've had a lot of sophomore players that have
played in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so how are they coming along for you as the season progresses into this halfway through conference play?
I think they're doing better, but the thing that I'm really proud of is our older guys are beginning to take the lead and take the reins, and I think down the stretch that they're going to be the ones who are going to take us to where we want to go.
Well, there's no doubt about that, but you always like to see your sophomores step up and do well and get better as the season progresses. And now there's one in particular that I seen on Facebook the other day, Andrew Terry. Did he get injured?
Andrew Terry did get injured. He got injured Thursday. We were running a blockout drill, and somehow he got thrown into the bleachers and hurt his back. It's nothing major. We thought he had broken a rib at first,
right.
But took him to the emergency room, and he's just out. It's really just a deep bruise. We expect him to be back Monday, no later than Tuesday.
So he'll be ready to go come next game then?
Yes, we feel like he will.
Well, I seen that, and I thought, well, I'm not going to text you or call you, and I didn't know if he turned an ankle or what had happened, or you don't ever know. But anyway, I seen that on Facebook, and it don't matter what goes on in your life anymore. If somebody has a camera around, a phone or whatever, you're going to be on Facebook.
Well, yeah, that or Topics or anywhere else. It's.
Well, Topics don't put pictures.
Okay. Well,
I'm talking about pictures.
Oh, okay. But yes, we do expect him back. He's really, really gotten a lot better. He's improved his. I think the biggest problem that he's had is his confidence.
Just to say, probably confidence, and that comes from any sophomore player in most cases.
And Andrew didn't play a lot as a junior high kid, and I've always told his parents from day one that I always felt like that he had an opportunity to be good in basketball, but you have to have confidence. You have to believe in yourself that you can do it. I really feel like that's where he is. That's where he's getting to, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with the next couple of years.
And if he works hard, and I mean really, really hard, and you know what that work ethic is all about, he is going to be fun and hard to deal with on the floor.
He really is, because he can run and catch.
Yeah.
He's a legitimate 6'6".
Well, yeah, 6'6", and he's got some baseball skills too.
Yeah,
that's why he can run and catch.
Right,
so,
right.
He's no shabby athlete, and so he if he works hard at it and stays. Goes to the team camps like he should.
I think that he will,
and do the things that he should. Yeah, he'll be a good player. Now let's talk about some of your seniors and also a junior in particular that's having a really good shooting season. I think. Let's talk about you have Andrew Hovis and the Matheny's.
Yep.
I guess they're your three
and
main.
Nathan Ferguson.
Nathan Ferguson. Yeah, there we go.
Like I said, I seen it last night. I didn't get to see the second half of the Beebe game, but they said that they, showed some maturity as far as their actions on the floor. We are our biggest problem has been we're our own worst enemy, and I really felt like that our composure was good last night, and like I said, I think these guys sort of have realized what they need to do, and I feel like that they're going to do it.
Well, and I think they have the capabilities. I mean, they're very. Oh, we got somebody over here wanting to take a picture of us. Oh, this place is crazy this morning. It's like a zoo up here.
There's some other guy who looked like the Jolly Green Giant just walked in, sitting over there by him.
This is coach's heaven right now. But now Andrew. Oh, boy.
Yeah, put that on.
People don't know what you're laughing at. Coach Taylor's over here taking pictures of you guys.
Yeah, and he just took a dandy of Scott, and I know that's going to make the Facebook pages because you cannot forget to put that one on. But anyway, and Perkins is having a really good season, and he looks like he's coming to his own as far as shooting with confidence. I think that's one of the things, speaking about confidence a minute ago, it's one of the things that
hang
he lacks a little bit.
Hang on just a second. There's a guy with a black hat coming in, so he is the bad guy, and I am the good guy.
Put the camera on the bad guy.
Get him real quick, just to show the bad guy.
There's the bad guy with the hat.
Right there. You got him?
My question is, do you know the guy?
No, I don't.
We just put this guy on camera. We don't even. Oh my gosh!
All right, bring the camera back over.
Right.
This is like a zoo up here this morning. I knew when I started bringing all my friends on the program this morning, this was going to get a little crazy.
One thing about Tanner is I do feel like that Tanner could be a premier player in our league. He has the athleticism to defend. He is very, very strong physically, and he has a gift that he can really shoot the basket. He may be the best shooter, pure shooter, spot-up shooter that I've ever coached. I mean, he's already had 4 games to where he's hit either 7 to 9 threes.
Well, I think those are the same words that came out of Coach McCord's mouth when y'all played Nettleton, that he was the best pure shooter in the league.
Tanner's had to battle his own demons, and I really think
boy, don't we all?
Yes, no doubt. And I know probably he has felt like at times that I didn't like him or I was mad at him, and no, not at all. I just see all the potential that he has to be a outstanding high school player, and if things in the right situation, he could play at the next level. You can't teach guys how to shoot the ball like he does. I mean, he can stroke it. He's one of the guys that me and Jay were talking last night that every time he shoots it, I really think it's going in every time.
Well, and that is why, and I had briefly said something to him back during the summertime, but that's why it's so important for him to go out and play basketball and just play basketball and not have to set out a first half like he did against Beebe.
Well, it was just a bad deal. The one thing about
but I hope that he learns from that.
Well, he did, but the one thing that people don't know about Tanner is he's very pleasant to be around. He's a quiet guy.
I totally agree with that. I've talked to him. I even told somebody that the other night.
It's sort of like that deal is the way you're perceived by people and the way you really are is complete opposites, and that is so true with him. I mean, he's one of my favorites because not because he's a really good player, but he's just a good guy to be around,
yep.
And he brings so many things that he hadn't put out there yet. I mean, he could be a outstanding leader. I mean, he comes and works hard every day in practice. I mean, he does not dog it. I mean, he'll have his spots every now and then, but he is really somebody that if he can really get it going, that he could really be a special player, and he sort of already is. But I agree with you. I've seen the last game and a half. I've seen a lot of maturity. We've had a couple of people come in and speak to him about how he needs to handle himself. Anytime that you're a guy that can shoot it, you're gonna.
When you're in the spotlight.
These other guys, these other coaches are going to try to figure out what they can do to slow him down. And I don't think they've done it. I think Tanner did it. But I think Tanner's past that. And I think that the next 7 games, Tanner's going to have a heck of a next 7 games.
Yeah, and that's going to be – and we have a couple of your games the latter part of the season, and I'm looking forward to watching him play as always. Now let's talk about the Matheny twins and Andrew Hovis.
I think Hovis has probably been our most consistent player as far as going out there every day, playing both ends of the floor, and giving us some calmness out there that we needed. Here again, he's an outstanding guy. He's just a good, solid kid, and when he really starts shooting it well, like he has at times, there again, there's another guy that we can put out there that can really score points in bunches. And I'll say this.
I've seen him do it too.
Yeah, let me say this. I took a little criticism by a comment that was made in the paper, and I didn't make that comment about after the Paragould game about all of our guys. All they want to do is talk and do other things out there. When I said that, I didn't say that to make them mad or their parents mad. I said that to challenge them. Right. As players, and not to degrade them or belittle them at all. But you know, and I had to explain that to them, and I understand we're in a society that we have to explain everything to our young guys anymore. So, and they've responded real well, and Jay did a great job at Blytheville the other night. And like I said, my deal at BB was, you know, sometimes when you're defending your team, things get out of hand, and it wasn't handled by me very well, I'm sure, and I don't feel like that the official handled his situation very well with me. And you know, things happen, and I was just embarrassed, you know, for my team, that I let my team down. But hey, those guys persevered.
We make those mistakes, but I do know this: you were defending your players.
Yes.
It was a pretty rough game. If you don't believe me, we archive everything, so you can go on to yourprimetimesports.com and click on the Greene County Tech at BB game, and you can watch it for yourself, and you'll see how physical that game was. Thank you, Coach. And but now let's talk about Heath and Hunter Matheny and what they bring to the ball club. And I know one of them you've got almost have out there at the point, managing everything for you,
Yes.
and he's kind of like the little general.
He is a general, and you know, he's been doing this for a long time. He started ever since he was a sophomore, and you know, giving the reins to a sophomore point guard, you're going to have some growing pains, and we have. And you know, he is an outstanding defender. He's a student of the game, and he hit a couple shots last night, and I think that every shot he makes is going to give him, you know, more confidence. And you know, we got to have him out on the floor. I think our record's 9-10, and probably 7 of those 10 losses he's fouled out. And you know, when he fouls out, it really poses a problem for our team, because you know, we come in there with either Nathan Ferguson, who has very little experience, or we come in with Hayden Carter, who is a sophomore.
Right.
And so, you know, hey, if you don't like to watch Heath and Hunter play, you don't know much about the game. They're exciting to watch, and there again, there's 2 good kids that they love to win, and they're going to do whatever they need to do it.
All right, Dave's snapping his fingers at me, so we're going to take a 2-minute break, and we'll return with Coach Scott Bowlin of the Greene County Tech Eagles. We're live here at Batten's Bakery. We'll be back in 2 minutes with yourprimetimesports.com.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
And welcome back to yourprimetimesports.com. Clifton is still sitting with our second guest of today's Double G Sports Saturday. It's Scott Bowlin.
The legend, Scott Bowlin.
The legend.
Anyway, We're going to get back and talk about Greene County Tech basketball. So, but you were asking me a question a minute ago, and let's jump into this real quick. Nettleton had chances last night, right there down the wire. They had a fast break that Dukes made a pretty good long pass, but it was at an angle, and he threw it just a little bit too hard into Harris, who was already in the paint, running at full stride. Man, it came at him so quick that he couldn't get his hands on it, went out of bounds. So that was a turnover. And then they missed a layup, I think. I don't want to say a layup, but missed a shot down low that rolled off the rim. That was an opportunity. So within that last minute, they had two opportunities. And but Beebe escaped Nettleton with that victory, and man, what a ball game! And then we were getting messages about the Paragould basketball game going into overtime, and then we were keeping up with, we keep up with everybody's games, and so, but with the BB win, and you picked up the victory last night, that kind of tightened that up right there in the middle. Look who just walked in.
Prettiest woman in Paragould. From what I can understand with the standings, and I really have not really sat down and taken a look at it, I think we're one game behind three teams, to my understanding.
Actually, I think you're half a game. Is that right, Dave? Half a game?
Or
yeah,
half a game,
because you're one game. Everything will wash out after Tuesday night.
Right. We just
thank you.
Like I said, I don't like looking back, and I really don't, especially during basketball season. We could be in a better position, but we're not. We understand that. But I tell you what I really like. I think our team is beginning to climb that hill again, get better, and I think that we're going to make a good run. I think it's going to be a successful run, and we're going to have to do it in some hard venues.
Yeah, after Tuesday night, everyone will have their first half of conference play completed. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go into that second half. So this is where it's going to really start getting fun. But if you look right here, you're 3-4, but Wynne and Nettleton right above you is 3-3. So they still have another game to go to get caught up. So I don't know how all this works.
Who does Nettleton play Tuesday night?
They go to Blytheville.
They go to Blytheville.
Uh-huh. They go to Blytheville. Blytheville 1-5. Wynne, I'm not sure, Dave. Yeah, he's going to pull it up. He has all that right there at his fingertips.
Coach may know. Coach, who does Wynne play? Tuesday. That is a huge.
They play who? No, Nettleton goes to Blytheville. We're covering that game Tuesday night, so. Yeah. Anyway, he'll get it pulled up. At Blytheville.
No, Beebe. I'm right.
Let's get back to talking basketball while he. Thank you. Forrest City is at Beebe. Batesville is at Wynne. So
Forrest City is at Beebe. That is a huge game for both of them.
Well, for both of them, but they're both sitting up there at the top. Forrest City 6-0, Beebe 5-1.
Right.
So for one of them, it's going to extend that distance between everybody else below you here. There's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. So what everybody else is shooting for is that 3 and 4 spot.
Right.
At
this point. You have 4 teams looking at 2 spots, and right now we're on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
But we've got to go to Paragould and Nettleton and Wynne, and we've got to beat. We'd love to sweep them. Feel like that we can sweep them, but we've got to win 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And I mean that in order for us to continue to control our own destiny.
And I agree with you. So, I mean, but it's going to be fun to watch this second half. So, this is what makes 5A East basketball so exciting is when you start getting down to these numbers and going to these games, and you have close games last night, not just in one location, but a couple of locations.
Well, year in and year out, the 5A East is the most exciting league in the state in 5A.
And that's why we cover it. So.
And, the proof's in the pudding as far as that.
Right.
with what's happened in the last 10 years as far as state championships and getting runner-ups and all that. So,
how many state championships?
I know there's been 4 state championships and 1 in the last 10 years. There has been 6 5A East final appearances with 4 state championships and 2 runner-ups.
Yeah, you and Wynne.
I've had.
You've had 1 runner-up.
1 runner-up, 2 championships.
Wynne had a runner-up.
Wynne had a runner-up. Blytheville had a runner-up and then a state championship.
Right.
So that's 6, I think, there.
So
Beebe got to the semis last year. So it's a great league.
Most of those state championships have come from distances of being on the west side of the state. Long travels.
Yes.
It's not like, I mean, you guys hosted the 5A state tournament last year. First time we'd had it on this side of the state.
Since 07.
Yeah, in a long time.
The thing that makes the East so good, Clifton, is and they're good guys too, is the coaches in this league are unbelievable. You can start at the top with Dwight and go all the way down to Coach Folks at Batesville right now. He tells me last night he felt like his kids played the best they'd played all year against us. And, if given time and Tim wants to take the time, he'll turn it around up there, and they'll be a good basketball team. They do have the athletes to do that. But, you got McCord and, Ben at Paragould has just came in and done an outstanding job. Coach Marshall's come in 3 years ago and has really done a lot of good things at Beebe. So
Coach Jones is stepping things up at Wynne.
Yes, I mean it's just a good league.
Well, and when you say that, it's not just on the boys' side either; it's on the girls' side. I'm texting back and forth with Coach Harris a few days ago, and I was really, when you look at the 4 city girls are 2-4 in the conference, but I was really complimenting him on how much I felt like his girls have improved over the years, because he works at it. I mean, he's one of those coaches that is nonstop yelling from the time the game starts to the very end.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you wonder if he's going to stroke out over there.
Right. You talking about John?
Coach
John
Harris.
Candy?
Coach Harris. But anyway, what I was leading up to is he works hard at it, and for the first time, they're kind of like, see where they're sitting? Mm-hmm. Usually they're right down here.
Yeah.
So there's improvement.
There is,
and there's good coaches on both sides.
Yeah, definitely.
That I have good relationships with, that you can talk to. They have good relationships with their school boards, with their administration, with their players, which is all important,
right,
in the whole rim of things.
Well, let me tell you this, and I'm not saying this because he's here, and I'd like to get on him and give him a hard time, but Trey Harding has done a magnificent job at Tech this year.
I will salute that.
He had an outstanding year last year, and he had all those kids coming back from the year before, and he lost 98% of everything that he had. And I'm just sitting here looking at your stats, or his stats. They're 12-7 and 5-2, and he's got 2 guards out there sometimes that, if they get wet, soaking wet, they weigh 100 pounds. And he's done an outstanding job. You see it every day in practice. You see it in the game. So, you got to give credit where credit's due. I think this is a situation where the coaching has been a significant part of the success of this team, because and what makes it even better, people don't think about this, is his girls have bought into what they're doing.
Right.
And with that being said, if there is a 5, and it doesn't work this way, and I know that Trey doesn't care, but if you do it the correct way, and the way I think it should be done, which is not the correct way, but in this case I feel like it is. If you give Coach of the Year, you got to give it to Trey, just because of what he's got.
Well, I agree with that, and you're right. He's taken a group of about 14 girls.
He's done a great job.
Yeah.
I don't mean that, and I know he's sitting over here
we
laughing at me, but I mean that.
Yeah.
I see what he does. I mean, I've been in this 30 years, and I know when guys do good jobs, and they are prepared. He knew everything that was going on last night with Batesville. And you know, when you prepare your team like he's done all year long, you give yourself a chance to win, and that's what he's done.
Well, he knows what he has. He has no big post player. He has no go-to girl. All these girls have to play well together.
The biggest thing that Trey has, he has a good assistant.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
You think he's got a good assistant?
Oh, ain't no question. His wife is a great assistant. Oh, I'm sorry, Coach Jordan. I'm sorry.
Oh, mate.
But, no, they've just done a great job. And, you know, on a given night, they can beat one of the top two.
I totally agree with that. Well, listen. We got a few more minutes.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about.
Don't get stupid.
Let's talk about the tea in China. All right, Grimm's haircut. It looks like he watered it down before he came in here this morning. Let's talk about some of the other good teams around the state in 5A.
You know what? You know more about that than I do. Let's do that.
I don't know a whole lot, but, you know, I've seen some of them up close and personal. Clarksville, they come to my mind right off the bat, you know, and they're coached by a Northeast Arkansas guy, Tony
Where's the
Davis.
state tournament at this year?
The state tournament is at Pine Bluff.
Okay.
And tough venue to play in, big open arena. And
same place you played?
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you see upsets when those, you know, when you play in those places.
It's kind of like playing at the Convo, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because there's no backdrops.
Sure.
You know, I've always said this, and if we ever go back again, we'll continue to say it. When you get to the state tournament, if you're not attacking the rim, you're setting yourself up for an upset if you're supposed to win, and you're setting yourself up for a quick exit. You have to attack the rim in these big venues.
Now, who's hosting that at Pine Bluff?
Wow, I don't know, Coach Hartigan. You tell me who's hosting the. Yeah, well, I mean, what school? What school is? It's at the convention center.
Wouldn't it have to be Whitehall?
Or Dollar or Watson Chapel or Whitehall's, who it would be.
All right.
You know, and it's not the best place in the world. We have a lot of good memories, as you know. We got into the state finals when we were down there.
Sure.
Matter of fact, I think, did we get there 2 times? No, we were in Alma one year, and then we were in Pine Bluff in 09. But Clarksville has got to be the team that they're the team to beat. Then you got Victor Joyner at Jacksonville, who you know, they dropped down from 6A, and they've given Jonesboro everything they've wanted every year. Then you've got Little Rock McClellan, who you know, does. I mean, they're in the middle of it every year. You've got you know, you got Alma also in the West.
I just mentioned them.
You know, they will do well. The thing about some of these teams that I've mentioned is a lot of times you get them away from their conference and you put them in a different area of the state, or you put them in a different gym that they're not familiar with. They just seem to not play as well. And I guess that's probably for everybody.
Sure.
But you know, going in, you got to really like Clarksville, and you got to like Jacksonville. So
what about Monticello and who's down?
To my understanding, everybody down in there is down.
Down.
And Trey, who do we play? We play people in the southeast. Okay. Who is that? Okay, Lakeside has got a good team, boy-wise. Trey, who's good in the girls down there? Who's good in the state in 5A? Well, I mean, when Trey gets on here, y'all can talk about that. Right. But you know, like I said, it's the 2 best girls teams in the state on paper are in the East.
In the 5A East.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
So like I said, it's going to be you're going to see a lot of fun games here in the East in both boys and girls the next 3.5 weeks. You're going to see a lot of jockeying in the where we're going to fall. And I think what's really going to be interesting is, in my opinion, and my opinion counts to 1/8, is it's all going to go down to points. It's going to go down to who beat who the most. Right now, and 10 is the most points you can have. We have 30 points. So in that aspect, we're sitting good.
Sitting pretty good, aren't you?
We have the tiebreaker right now over Nettleton. So if it went down to that, but like I said, we control our own destiny, and I really think we're getting better right now again, and I think we're getting better mentally as much as anything, and I think that's what we've needed to get better in. So,
who do you have Tuesday night?
We're open, see, because that was that open
right,
day.
So that's that open day.
But we have Forrest City coming in next Friday, and we have felt like that we've had a chance to beat them the last 3 times we've played them, and we just hadn't got it done yet. So you only beat
you get one more shot at it.
Well, you only beat so many. You only beat a team so many times, especially when it's close, that you'd like to think that your luck changes. And maybe next Friday night, our luck will change, and we'll step up there and win a big game.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break, and 2-minute break, and we're going to return here at Batten's Bakery. We're going to have Coach Trey Harding. You're telling me. Do what now?
I'm sorry. I was using American Sign Language. I was telling you to tell him thank you for being on.
Okay.
Thanks, Cliff.
Scott.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Bed, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Bed does it all for you.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Make the switch now to no-fee banking.
First National Bank provides me with totally free checking, and as a business owner, that helps keep my customers satisfied.
At First National, there are no fees and no hassles. Express yourself by choosing a debit card that fits your personality.
I switched my bank to First National because of no monthly debit card fees. Are you ready to switch?
First National Bank, the working bank for working people. Member FDIC.
Let us show you how easy switching can be.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
All right, welcome back to your PrimetimeSports.com. Next guest is up to bat. It's our third guest of the day, Coach Trey Harding of the Greene County Tech Lady Eagles.
Yeah, that's right. Coach Trey Harding, head coach for the Greene County Tech Lady Eagles.
I just said that.
And all right, that's it. He keeps disrupting me, and I lose my train of thought. So he's trying to get me to thank somebody a minute ago. And I know you are. Well, take your mojo and get on the other side of that window, will you?
Okay, I might do that.
But anyway, good to have you, Coach. We've second time we've had you. We in 2 weeks in a row. Actually, I wanted you on here this morning not just to talk about the Greene County Tech Golden Eagles, but we want to talk about something else that I want to get to in just a minute. But let's talk basketball first, and then we'll get to the more serious moment of an issue of something we want to discuss together. Pulled off another win last night, and that puts you at 5-2 in the conference. You're sitting pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good week for us. We
Is that thing on? Okay, yeah, it's on.
We, had a tough week the week before, but came back. And anytime you can get 2 road wins in this conference, it doesn't matter, who you're playing or where it's on the road, and the 5A East is tough. And
that's
to go
very,
2-0.
very true. So now, this week, who really set the pace for you and did the things that they maybe stepped up and just played some good basketball this week?
Well, Blytheville was I felt like a struggle type game. We would get up 14 or 15 and look up, and they'd cut it back to 9 or 10. We couldn't ever just really pull away. But Whitney Maxwell had 18. She got loose and hit some big shots. And then last night she had 17 again. But I'm going to say last night at Batesville, she had 17. Blair Matheny had 8. We had about 5 or 6 with 6 or 7. And it's just that was the best team effort I think we played all year last night. They were focused on defense, and I felt like as a solid win. And Bates was a good basketball team. They played, within Paragould for 3 quarters. They gave Nettleton all they wanted, and they're big and physical, got a good guard, and that's a good basketball team.
Well, they had, I think, most of the players that they had last year.
Yeah, they're, she said she started 5 seniors. And,
yeah.
And she does a great job, and, they're very physical, and I felt like for, our size and as young, and I felt like we overcame some stuff last night and heading in a good direction.
Probably their biggest deal is they just can't put a full 4 quarters together for themselves. So, so Whitney had how many threes last night?
She was she hit 3 last night and finished the game 3 for 5, and I think she hit 3 Monday night too. But
she's a 3-point specialist, isn't it?
She can shoot it, and this week we've kind of talked about early in the year she was putting the ball on the floor, and I was kidding her in practice. I guess Tuesday she shot faked and took about 3 dribbles, pulled up jumper and hit it. And I asked her, I said, where'd you find that at? Did you find that in the hallway walking to the gym? Because she had, she's capable of doing that, and she did it early in the year. In the past, she's turned into just shooting a 3, but we got to get her putting the ball on the floor some more.
We were doing the game down at Nettleton last night, so for the first time, I think this conference season, I was home before 10 o'clock, ready to go to bed. Yeah. But I watched the evening or the news and watched the Channel 8 KIT basketball scores and everything that was going on around the area. They showed some highlights of y'all's game last night, and again, I mentioned this last week. Right there at the end of the highlights, I seen Hannah Webb knock another 3 down. She was, I guess, come off the bench and shot the ball well last night.
Hannah's shooting the ball with a lot of confidence, and she did some good things in the first half. The second half was kind of a situation where Batesville, their first possession, it took them a while, and we got a turnover, and the next thing I knew, it was 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and we were making a run and probably did not sub as much as usual in the second half. But sometimes as a coach, when things get going, you don't want to adjust.
Right, yeah.
What's working.
Just want to leave it alone. Now, how good is she going to be? I want to talk about Blair Matheny. I mean, she had 8 for you last night. She's just a sophomore. But she does a lot of little things out on the floor that the box score never reveals. And she's a pretty smart little basketball player.
She is, and defensively too, she can really get after you. And I don't think she's yet doing offensively, what she's capable of.
Right.
She's but she's doing a role. She's playing point guard. You basically got a coach on the floor. I mean, she knows her offense is great. And last night I kind of gave her the green light when she felt that her girl went on defensively away from the ball and was far enough from the ball where it wasn't going to hurt us. She could go double at any times. And I think she winded up having 6 steals.
Wow.
And, that's when you can give a kid freedom like that on defense and offense, it's always nice as a coach.
Well, if you're, her daddy was a coach for many, many years, and there's no telling how many times that they probably rode down the highway in the truck talking basketball, or him and her out one-on-one, on the floor. Yeah. So she has that mentality, and she has that smarts about what's going on the floor, and she makes for a great leader out there in the position that she's in. So that's an asset for you.
Yeah.
Now, Josie Fletcher, we didn't talk about her last week. She's your inside post player, also just a sophomore. What's she bringing to the table for you?
You know, Josie brings a lot of athleticism. She's strong. She jumps extremely well for her size. She had 3 blocked shots last night, and you know, she's getting better. And you know, that's a nice thing to be starting a point guard and a center sophomores. You know, last year I'm starting a point guard and a center that's seniors, and I'm, you know, getting late in the year, you're thinking, oh gosh, you know, it's fixing to lose a big part. And now knowing you're fixing to get them back. And, you know, while we're talking about Josie, I didn't mention about Blytheville. Tiffany Woodsmall had 16 at Blytheville. And they went to a boxing one on Whitney, and Blytheville's, you know, doesn't have a lot of size. And we stuck Tiffany inside. She had a great game. And then last night she followed up with 6 points, 6 rebounds. So we've got something going with Josie starting off at the 5 and bringing Tiffany in to give Josie a break. And
Tiffany's just a junior.
Tiffany's just a junior too.
Yeah. So you have her for another year, but you know I've known Tiffany since she started out in Pee Wee basketball, and I've watched her progress through the years, and she has the capabilities of putting those points on the board. Sometimes she lacks a little confidence, maybe, you know, as all players do.
She's got great hands, great footwork, but Tiffany's one of these players that if I go broke here in the next 20 years, I may call, because if she knocks a player down in practice, she's picking them up, she's apologizing, you know, she's always
very sensitive.
You know, she's always putting other people's first, and if I can just get her on the basketball court to take care of Tiffany and don't worry if I knock someone down or something, she's very strong, and that's how she's done the past couple nights or past 2 games, and she can really shoot it too. And at one time last night they were full court man, and I even had some people after the game say something, let Tiffany bring it down the court, and you know, she can handle it. She's very capable of doing multiple things.
Well, and it's nice to see that some of those girls like Tiffany that earlier in the season you probably didn't see much playing time out of them, maybe a minute or two. But I think what you're doing now in the conference play is you're starting to utilize some kids that maybe you weren't, like Hannah Webb and like Tiffany Woodsmall, that I'm thinking, wow, you know, Coach has got them in there. He has seen something in practice out of them that's intrigued him, so he's taking advantage of that. And so anyway, I think it's – am I on the right track here?
You are. I mean, we played 11 kids last night early in the game, and it's you know, I think it brings something during the games, but it also makes practice nice. Practice intensity, knowing you're competing for spots, and you know, out of those 11, 9 are underclassmen, 2 are seniors, so that's nice too.
How about Morgan Todd?
Morgan's one of these. She's a competitor. You know, she's
right down to the core.
She's you know, I've told her dad before, if she was a boy, I think she'd be a heck of a quarterback. You know, and I call her the Brett Favre of girls basketball. Sometimes she wants to make that extra pass that's impossible to make, but she's played real well. She had 9 Tuesday, and she had 6 last night. But she brings another one. She's kind of like Blair too. Those 2, I can put those anywhere on the floor, and they know all 5 spots. And she brings a lot of energy, and you know, she's been a big part, and that's another exciting one to have back. I got 2 that I can put at that point guard spot, and we'll have 2, you know, next year. So,
all right, we're going to take a 2-minute break, and Dave's messing with something up there. But anyway, we're going to return in 2 minutes with Coach Trey Harding, and we're going to wrap it up talking about something that's very near and dear to his heart, and we'll get to that item sitting right over there in just a minute. So we'll return in 2 minutes at Batten's Bakery with your PrimetimeSports.com.
You get big time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Bed, there's a difference you will clearly see.
insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Make the switch now to no-fee banking.
First National Bank provides me with totally free checking, and as a business owner, that helps keep my customers satisfied.
At First National, there are no fees and no hassles. Express yourself by choosing a debit card that fits your personality.
I switched my bank to First National because of no monthly debit card fees. Are you ready to switch?
First National Bank, the working bank for working people. Member FDIC.
Let us show you how easy switching can be.
All right, Clifton has more with Greene County Tech Lady Eagles coach Trey Harding on yourprimetimesports.com.
All right, welcome back. Now, Dave, if you'd be kind enough to throw that over here.
Put the mic down.
Don't turn it over.
Catch it with the mic in my hand. All right. Can you get a close-up of that, please?
I can. Well, you're on it right now. You're perfect.
Am I perfect?
Yeah.
I love being perfect. Is it level?
Yep.
All right. We are going to give that to you, Coach, at Autograph Basketball from Meadowlark Lemon, Hall of Fame 2003. But tell us what we're going to do with it.
You know, there's earlier in this year, Jason Smith and I over at Nettleton, we had a 7th grade play day, and we honored the play day in honor of Lindsay Taylor. She's Coach Hawkins' daughter at Valley View. She's got 4 kids under the age of 6 and was just diagnosed a couple months ago with bone cancer. And it's been a real tough situation. She's had a hip replacement since then and, you know, stuck in the house. And we were able to raise some money there for the play day. And we're going to sell raffle tickets from 7th grade to senior high for this ball. And all proceeds and donations are going to go back to her family. And, you know, a lot of times we put wins and losses and playing time and all that stuff above everything else. But, you know, this is kind of my wife and I, we've gotten food for them a couple times this year and done some things. It's put things in perspective. And, you know, they're great church-going people. They went to church with us. And
How old is this young lady?
She is 29. Could be wrong. She may be 28. I know they're somewhere in that.
But she has 4 little ones.
4 little ones.
And her dad's the coach at.
He's the coach at Valley View. She actually, back when Valley View, 99, I think, 99, she graduated. Valley View went to the state semis that year, and that was under Coach Huggins, and she went on to play basketball at Ouachita. So most people have probably heard of Lindsey Hawkins around this area. She was a great player. And now around the Jonesboro area, you hear her name because she's always doing stuff in the community, and it's just, you know, it makes me sick to see. But, hey, now she's battling it, and she's that competitor. I'm gonna take this on, and she's actually being a positive tool for everybody in the community, and she's reached a lot of people with, you know, her testimony and all that. So it's been great to see.
Well, and I want to help out because I want to tell you a little bit about this. You played against the Meadowlark Lemon All-Stars when they were in town, 3 months ago or so. Yeah. Dave interviewed Meadowlark. He's actually our first Legends series, so if you've not seen that, you might want to go to yourprimetimesports.com and click on Legends series and watch that interview. It's a pretty fun interview. But ever since that I was a kid, little bitty boy, before I ever started playing organized sports, my grandfather took me to see the Harlem Globetrotters, which Meadowlark was a part of. Had an opportunity, Dave and I, to go to a banquet that up at Piggott, and they were raffling off 2 of these basketballs. And I obtained one of them, and when I went over to him, he looked at me and he said, "What do you want your name on here?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, "So I'm going to see this basketball on eBay." He was kidding, And I said,
Yeah.
"No, sir, you won't see that either." I said, "I don't want my name on there because one of these days I'm going to do something special with it. I'm going to donate it, do something with it. Hopefully it will help some individual or some basketball team." He goes, that's nice. And I said, "Well, it's not a big deal." But anyway, when you and I were talking a couple weeks ago and you shared that story with me, I had no intentions of using this for that, okay? Well, that was the first thing that came to my mind. So the reason I'm telling that story is because I want everyone out here that's viewing or watches this later on in the archives, or and we're going to, Dave, we're going to put it on our Facebook page, and we're going to keep it posted. I don't know what you're going to sell these tickets for. Have you determined that?
No, and
probably
Coach,
at least a couple of bucks.
Coach Jordan and I talked about that last night. We've thought about setting a price, and then we've also thought about just taking donations for it. And
well, no matter what you sell it for, $1, $2, $5, it doesn't matter. It's not about this, folks. You're getting a Hall of Famer's autograph on a nice red, white, and blue basketball. That's cool, but it's about helping out someone that was a good basketball player, a mother of 4, and that's where we want to step this up, and we want to help out. And anytime we have something like this or a crisis in Northeast Arkansas, people rise to the occasion. They really do. So I know a lot of people probably in the Paragould area maybe do not know about this until maybe today. Probably a lot of people in Jonesboro do. So your girls' basketball team, 7th through 12th grade, you said?
Yes, sir.
You're going to be selling this, or not selling it, but selling raffle tickets on this. So I hope they get out and sell them and hustle it, and we'll promote it as much as we can from our end when you keep me posted and updated on certain things.
I will.
But we want to help her out.
Well, I let Coach Hawkins know on the way down here that we'd be talking about this, and I know his family appreciates it, and it's been overwhelming how much support they've had. But this is, a lot of times I see, and my wife's dad's battling cancer, and a lot of times people, right when it hits, everybody wants to be there to help.
Sure.
But then the newness wears off, and people kind of forget about it and move back to their normal daily. And I thought this would be neat to do now because they've done some things, and it's been a while since they've done something for. And that it's a struggle. I mean, to go through what they're going through, and I think about it every day.
So she's had this hip replacement. Let's touch on this briefly. She's had this hip replacement, and she has to stay home all the time. Is there anything in the future that she's going to have to go through as far as
any
surgeries or?
She just had a newborn, I'm going to say around 4 months ago, and after the newborn, her hip was bothering her, and they thought maybe the weight of carrying the baby and all that, and went to the doctor and found out that bone cancer had spread through her body.
Is this when they first diagnosed the bone cancer?
Yes,
yeah.
It was after the pregnancy, and so she's got a newborn at the house, and I think she's up, able to be on crutches, starting to walk around now, and I'm going to tell you, she's a fighter. When we did that 7th grade play day, had a smile on her face, came in the gym, and I'll try to put myself in her shoes sometimes, and I think I hope if I ever was faced something like that, I could battle it like she's doing, because she'll put a blog on her Facebook that tells, her faith in God and how, she's using Him to get through it. And she's reached a ton of people, and it's amazing to see what God can do through a negative situation to a positive person.
He does it all the time,
and it's neat to see.
And that's what he's doing. Now, give us her full name again.
It's Lindsay Taylor.
Lindsay Taylor.
And like I said, we'll
but
start
she was
selling these.
Lindsay Hawkins.
It was Lindsay
in high school.
Hawkins,
Yeah.
and Coach Hawkins' daughter. And, if you wanted to make a donation, it's Lindsay Taylor Foundation, and got an account set up. And
do you know where that's at?
It's through Liberty Bank.
Liberty Bank. So any of the Liberty banks, could anyone do that here in Paragould? Any of the Liberty banks?
I'm sure that computer system, same Liberty Bank, that they would be able to pull that and take that.
So they could go in and ask for the Lindsay Taylor account and.
Yeah, so Lindsay Taylor Foundation
Lindsay Taylor Foundation. Well, Lindsay, you are on our prayer list, young lady, and we hope that this raises a lot of money to help you and your family, and all sports people stick together, don't they, Coach?
Yeah, they do.
So anyway, we appreciate what you're doing, and keep us posted on this. By the way, the day that you draw for this or whatever you do, whoever wins this, we want a picture. We want to put it on our slideshow. I think that'd be pretty good. And maybe if Lindsay is feeling good, that might even be something else we'd like to do that day. So we want everyone to reach out to her, and we want them to know about it. So thank you, Coach, for being on again this morning. And y'all have a Tuesday night off. You've already played your makeup game for the snow, and you'll be back in action Friday night. So keep us posted, okay? We
will, and I appreciate it once again for having us on. And, I know the Hawkins and Taylor family appreciates that. And, it's awesome for y'all to do this. So.
Well, we're just glad we can do it. I'm just proud that Meadowlark was able to sign that for us and able to do this. So hopefully it'll be a huge benefit. So we'll return in 4 minutes here live at Batten's Bakery, and when we come back, we're going to have Coach Jenna Weeks, the head female coach for the Lady Pirates over in Gosnell, and we're going to talk some Lady Pirate basketball. We'll return in 4 minutes to yourprimetimesports.com.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
You get big-time savings and hometown service. Always a big Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
When you feel bad and it's after regular office hours, turn to CR Doc. Here's Dr. Roger Cagle.
At CR Doc, we offer more than the standard family medicine practice. We have extended office hours with on-site lab and x-ray, as well as casting and suturing capabilities, giving you an alternative to those crowded emergency rooms for all your minor injuries and accidents that need fast, complete medical attention. Appointments are available, but not necessary.
CR Doc in the King Carroll Suites on West Kings Highway in Paragould in front of Walmart.
At CR Doc, we are patient people.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
Mr. T's Riverside Cafe in Cardinal, Missouri for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us after the game for a pizza or our delicious hickory smoked barbecue, just a short drive across the Kahlua-colored waters of the St. Francis River at the Arkansas-Missouri state line in the scenic resort town of Cardinal, Missouri.
Mr. T's at Riverside.
Kavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Your one-stop car shop to find the vehicle you deserve. Every make and model is right here on our lot. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Lincoln, Cadillac, and more. With a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. We also have a great variety of certified pre-owned Kias with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. You'll never have to drive anywhere else than Kavanaugh Kia's pre-owned superstore. Visit us today on Stadium Boulevard, just south of the bypass, or online at KavanaughKia.com.
We opened our maximum free checking account online. It took less than 15 minutes.
With Focus Bank, you can easily open your maximum free checking or Max Savers account online. And with mobile banking, you'll always stay in control. Whether you're looking for a free checking account, an interest-bearing account, or a rewards checking account, Focus Bank has a solution for you.
Mobile banking with Focus Bank makes our life easier.
Visit FocusBank.com and sign up for a new account with mobile banking today.
Hi, I'm Middle Rock Lemon. And when I'm in Northeast Arkansas, when I watch sports, I watch all my sports on YourPrimeTimeSports.com. You should too.
All right, welcome back to your PrimeTimeSports.com. Our final guest of today's Double G Sports Talk Saturday is the girls' head coach at Gosnell. It is Jenna Weeks.
Finally, a female guest. These guys have
wore us out.
Cracked me up this morning. We have someone that will make a little sense.
We hope so.
We have Coach Weeks from the Gosnell Lady Pirates. So how are you this morning?
I'm doing good.
Good. Glad to have you. Now, Dave, I'm going to give our viewers and yourself a little brief history here.
Go ahead.
This young lady in high school was an employee of mine.
No kidding. For the video store. Yeah, okay.
Well, matter of fact, I had another one of my employees sitting in here this morning. I told her that Jenna was going to be on. So, and she worked, about 5 years for me, didn't you?
About 3.
Yeah. How were you able? How were you able?
A little bit when you went to Williams.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
How were you able to stand that, really?
When I came to work, he would leave.
Oh, that's perfect. I wished it worked that way here. I'm telling you. Okay, go ahead.
But anyway, she was a very good basketball player for the Paragould basketball squad and state champion. What was that, 90?
That was 94.
94. Now, 93, was you state runner-up? Or
that was state runner-up.
Yeah, state runner-up, 93, 94. And I'm going to just move right on through history. She went and played her career at Williams Baptist, had a very good basketball career at Williams, and then got into coaching. Now, tell us where all you been.
How about that? First year, I started at Zenith Hornersville. That was my very first coaching job. That was fun. And then I went over to Armorel because the steel mill, that's where it took us. That's where my husband was working at that time. So I was at Armorel for 10 years. And I got into softball over there. They had a basketball coach and didn't really need any help, so I started back that program in 2002. And
on the female side?
On the female side.
Okay.
We did softball. And in 2010, I had a group of kids that were very athletic and played year-round, and they won the state tournament in 2010.
I was gonna touch on that. Yeah, she has 2 rings, one as a player, one as a coach. And then you went briefly and spent 1 year at Piggott.
I went over to Piggott. I was looking
to coach softball.
Well, just looking for a step up, basically for a pay raise, but looking for a step up in the conference. I was wanting to move up a little bit.
Okay.
And then that brought me back to Gosnell. There was an opening. Tim Hawkins moved over to Valley View, and so they were hiring again. So I went back for the second interview, and they said, "Okay, we'll give you a chance." And that's
so the Armorel Gosnell area has been quite home.
Oh yeah, that's been home for us for 13 years.
Yeah.
So you live over there then?
I live in Blytheville.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right, now that we have the brief history of Coach Weeks, we're going to get into some basketball. Now, before we get into the girls, I did not realize that I seen it on the news last night, but y'all's boys are kind of like doing pretty doggone good.
They're playing really well right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
So I didn't know all that till I was watching Chris last night on Fast Break on KIT. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So do you know anything about them a little bit that you might want to touch on?
Well,
besides they're fun to watch?
Fun to watch, very athletic group.
They look very athletic.
Yes, they are. Kirk Glentborg is the boys' coach over there. He took over this year. He's from Blytheville. He was under Hickson for a long time. He works them to death, and they work really hard for him, and it's just clicking for him.
He was under Coach Hickson for a long time?
Yeah, over at Blytheville.
Yeah. I like Coach Hickson. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is a good guy.
Now, let's talk about...
Funny story. Last night, they're trying to motivate our kids,
yeah.
all right, trying to get them to go do well in the regional tournament and all that good stuff. They had a surprise for Coach Danny Williams, who's been there for years.
Oh, I've seen that. Yes,
yeah.
25 years.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell the story.
So they invited all the guys on that state championship team from '88. That's the only one they've won over there at Gosnell, boys basketball. So they showed up last night and hit them in the locker room. And before the game started, they brought them out. Of course, it surprised Coach Williams. And they were trying to motivate the kids to say, hey, we did it. You can do it.
Right.
Here's where we are now 25 years later. We're backing you. We're still here in the community watching what you got going. Let's see how far we can take this.
That was pretty cool last night.
And so Tony Lucius was on that team. He's
yes,
from
I
here.
seen that.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So I walked up to him, of course, had to make fun. I was like, can I have your autograph?
Yeah.
It was a good night, though.
Well, yeah. Well, they showed a picture of Coach Williams and all the players, and a couple of those guys I knew, Tony being one of them.
Yeah.
And that was. I've had a brain lapse. The Williams on the other end. That's his dad.
Yeah, that's right.
So he played for his dad. So yeah, all this fell into place. But anyway, that was pretty cool last night when I was watching that, and they all returned together, had a big nice cake, and they surprised him really well. Now he is the kind of like assistant now. He retired, and he's come back, and he's just kind of helping on the side.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed watching that last night. All right, let's talk some Lady Pirate basketball. You're 9-11 overall, and you're what was your conference record? 4-7. This is on the high school side, but you coached the junior high too, right?
Yes.
So you're double duty.
Oh yeah, I get to do it all.
Double duty, mom of 2 boys, so you probably stay quite busy, don't you?
It's busy season right now.
So tell us about your girls program. Tell us about your girls. What have you got, coming through? And just take over the show.
Take it over, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to build the program back up. We averaged about the last 2 years about 10 players on the senior high team. We've got 20 on the junior high, trying to get some of these kids to stay in and stay involved, work outside of November through February in the summertime, put some time in the gym, and build our program that way.
Do you spend a lot of time in team camps in the summer?
Yes, we go to about 3 right now. That's what we've been averaging. And just trying to get them to commit and be a part of that, because I think that's important for your team building.
Sure.
To get them together in the summertime when it's off season, when it's kind of more relaxed, to learn each other and be around each other. So, yeah, we're trying to do that.
Well, basically what you're trying to do is start getting some girls interested in the game of basketball, and when you start putting wins on the board, you start building tradition.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what every coach strives for, and that's what you're wanting. And now this is your second year at
This is my second year.
Okay, I thought I was right with that. And so let's talk about some of these young ladies on the senior side. Give us some names and what they do and what they bring to the team, and what their roles are.
Okay, well, I've got 4 seniors this year. My first one I'll talk about is Kamari Soward. She's our leading scorer. She scores about 20.2 a game. That's her average right now. She does really well offensively. She's our go-to girl on offense. Our other senior's a post/forward/guard. We've used her both. Shanice McLean, she's about 12.5 right now.
What's her first name?
Shanice.
Okay.
McLean. And then I've got my little point guard. Her name's Denisha McBride. She's about 5 foot. She handles the ball well for us. And then Lainey King is our last senior. She's our big body inside. Rebounding, defense.
She's the rebounding queen?
Yeah.
Okay. So now those are your 4 seniors.
Those are our 4 seniors.
Who you obviously have to have another starter out there. Who is it?
Yeah. Well, right now it's been back and forth.
Really?
We're starting a sophomore. Her name's Brooke Hill. She does well for us inside. She helps on the boards.
Is she a post player?
She's post. Yeah. We use her inside.
And she's sophomore.
She's sophomore.
What's her height?
She's about 5'6".
5'6". Okay. So now, tell us who's in your conference and where you're standing in the conference, and give us a little brief history of what's going on this season.
Okay. Well, we're in the 4A East. Valley View, Brooklyn, Pocahontas, Cave City just came to our conference this year.
That's some pretty good.
That's pretty good battles every night.
Yeah.
We got Truman and Highland, and then us and Westside. We're rolling about 5th right now. We struggle. I mean, it takes time.
Do you okay? You're sitting at 4-7 in the conference. And you say you're sitting 5th, so you're on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Do you have? Well, y'all have a district tournament, don't you?
Yes, we do.
So because when I was fixing to ask you a question, I thought, well, scratch that question because I've been with the 5A East all morning long, so we don't have districts and regional. We just go. They take the top 4. So where's the district being held?
The district this year will be held at Brooklyn.
Oh, really? Right
Yeah.
down the road. Boy,
Yeah.
So when you get to the district, it doesn't matter. I guess seeding makes a difference for some coaches, but you have a shot. I mean, things can happen.
Oh, absolutely.
And
for the past 2 years, we found that our teams peak mid-January.
Really?
So we're hoping that that's going to happen this year, and that we, depending on your conference record or not, we go in that district tournament, and things go our way.
Now, what do you have, another week, maybe 2 weeks? 2
For
weeks
district
probably?
tournament,
Yeah, before the district tournament?
Uh-huh.
How many more conference games do you have?
We've got 3 more. We've got Westside and Valley next week, and then we turn around and play Truman the following.
Do you have Westside and Valley View at their place?
No, Westside is at home and Valley View is at their place.
Okay, so Westside's at home and Valley View's at their place, and then Truman, is it on the road or is it home?
It's at home.
So you have a couple opportunities to pick up a couple of more
Absolutely.
wins with that home crowd in the background. So, Dave, we're going to take about 2-minute break, and we'll come back and we'll talk some more Lady Pirate basketball with Coach Jenna Weeks in 2 minutes with YourPrimetimeSports.com.
You get big-time savings and hometown service. Always a bed, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. At Baird, there's a difference you will clearly see. You're always a VIP. Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
Retirement? It's never looked so good. Welcome to Chateau on the Ridge Assisted Living in Paragould, Arkansas. Say hello to fine dining and down-home living, where around-the-clock security and peace of mind are always at your fingertips. And front row seats to the best shows, they're included. We call it Chateau on the Ridge. You can call it home. Call or visit today to get the whole scoop.
At First National Bank, you have convenience right at your fingertips. And instant buying power. It's so easy. And when you're on the go, well, you know what to do. We understand the importance of now. First National Bank, the working bank for working people.
Do you need insurance? If the answer is yes, let Chris Robinson and his staff at Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency handle your needs. Whether it's auto, life, business, or planning for your retirement, Chris Robinson's Insurance Agency is ready to serve you and your family. Come by Chris Robinson Insurance Agency, 1211 West Court Street in Paragould.
One more segment to go here on Double G Sports Talk Saturday. Here's Clifton one more time with Coach Jenna Weeks.
All right. We were sitting here thumbing through the magazine. I guess I'm going to have to get you a copy of that, aren't I?
Yeah, you do. You need to send me one.
Yeah. How about after the show, I just walk out to my truck and get you one?
That'll work.
You'll save me $3 and something. I
Okay.
mailed one this week to another state, and I thought, well, you'll save me money here. But anyway, let's go back and let's talk some more Gosnell basketball. And tell us about your junior high squad. Now, you work with those girls, and I'm sure you know what you've got coming up, and you're trying to build that program, so let us know about it.
Well, we've kept quite a few numbers this year. We kept 20 girls. I've got 14 ninth graders. And
Wow.
I'm trying to mold them and keep them in the program and keep them interested. Of course, out of those 14, you hope you have half by the time
Sure.
they get to their senior season. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to start down in the lower grades.
Do you think that you're being successful in keeping their attention and keeping them in the program? Are they enjoying the game
Yes.
at this level?
Yeah, we believe they are. I mean, we go out of our way to schedule some of those 8th grade games and junior B games. You know, the kids just want playing time.
Sure.
They want that reward to get on the floor.
If they have any ability at all to dribble and shoot a basketball, they sure don't want to be sitting over on the bench.
That's right.
But only 5 can play at a time.
That's
so
right. That's right.
There have been people give up the game of basketball. I'll use that word.
It happens. It does happen.
Because they were not getting enough playing time.
It happens.
But yes, it does. So if you can keep their interest and keep their thought process in that direction, you're doing well. What is your junior high record?
Right now we are 7-10 junior high.
So not that. Now that is that overall record.
That's overall.
Okay.
Yeah, our junior highs, they've won 2 conference games. They played really well last week and beat Cave City, which was a really good win for them, and then they beat Highland. So I mean, we're trying to put some wins on the board with them.
Sure. And you know what? We didn't bring you here today or ask you to come today to talk about wins and losses. We want to know about what's going on with your basketball program, and these are just some of the trials and tribulations you have to go through to get where you're wanting.
That's right.
Where your goals are set. So as long as these young ladies know that Coach Weeks is in our corner and she's trying to help build our program and do some quality things, I think you'll see good things happening down the road. So now, are you coaching any softball still?
Yeah, I'm going to coach some softball this year.
So
matter of fact.
So you're gonna triple duty it.
Yes.
Okay.
I am basically going to help out this year.
Now, you have a state championship in softball.
Mm-hmm.
You played the game of basketball on a basketball scholarship and were pretty good at that game. It was all state in high school. Which one do you like doing the most?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter if it's softball.
But what causes your
tennis.
adrenaline to just go crazy?
Well, if you're competitive at all,
I guess
it
doesn't matter.
I know what it is.
It's just part of your spirit.
What?
Bowling.
Bowling.
They don't even have bowling.
I
over
know.
there.
I'm just messing.
Hey, we get competitive in pickleball and badminton and PE class. I mean, because I'm just competitive and I make it that way.
You'd have to go right across the street onto the old air base just to get to the bowling alley,
That's
which
right.
is not very big.
No, it's not.
Yeah, well, but there is high school bowling. Did you know that?
I do know that.
My son was a varsity bowler for Hot Springs High School. Graduated last year.
Yeah, there's high school bowling. There's high school swimming. There's high school archery.
They got almost everything now. They got wrestling in Arkansas now.
Yeah.
High school wrestling. Yeah. You coach wrestling?
I do not coach wrestling.
Oh, well, you could.
I don't think so.
I'd pay to see that.
We were doing so well with
I
getting off
know,
on this
I
goofy
know,
stuff
I
that
know.
started earlier this morning.
I
And
know.
you had
Hey,
to mess
blame it on
all
bowling.
up.
Blame it on bowling.
So.
Blame everything on bowling.
Anyway, all right. Softball. How good's your softball team? Do you know anything about them at this point?
Well, I was assistant last year, and I was basically bus driver.
So you do know about them.
So I know what I've got.
A bus driver. You've done it all, haven't you?
I was bus driver.
Yeah.
Yep. I know what I've got. I know what kids that are going to be decent that have played year-round and travel some in the
Right.
summer. I mean, I've got about 4 kids that do that. And the rest of them, they like to play to get their name in the yearbook, I think.
Or for the fun.
For the fun.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I'm gonna
they're not going anywhere once they leave high school.
They want to play for
yeah,
fun. And so I'm going to come in there and I'm going to teach them how we have fun and we work hard and we might win a few games.
Like we're having fun this morning.
That's right. This is fun.
we always are laughing and cutting up. And I told Graham last week, I said, you know what? This is what this is all about, having fun. We're not professionals. I mean, well, he may be. He's a little bit.
He looks professional.
Hey, listen, he's a play-by-play. He's a producer.
Uh-huh.
Do you realize he's made a few movies?
No, I haven't.
He's been in some movies, some short films, and different things. You know, yeah. I mean,
it's
guy.
Not the day. It's not. You're interviewing her. Don't talk about me.
Karaoke show. Well, I just let her know.
Can he sing?
Yeah.
Lord. Oh, call him over there for the national anthem.
You have a good radio voice. Can
Yeah, there's well, I do a couple of shows a week. Do you sing?
No, I cannot carry a tune.
Listen,
I was going to invite you to a show.
If you're ever in a pickle,
oh yeah,
and you need the national anthem and you can't find your disc,
this guy can do
call Grim. He'll drive over there and sing it for you.
I've already done one emergency national anthem this year on location while we were broadcasting again.
And I mean, he ran down the steps. He couldn't get that microphone in his hand quick enough.
Oh, please.
So anyway, hey, well, listen. Do you play your softball games over there off of the over there by the golf course?
On the base?
Yeah, on the base.
No.
Or you have it on the campus?
We have our field on the campus.
You think you might could email me a schedule? I might want to see this softball team play.
Okay.
Because I'm over in the Blytheville.
What, 2-3 days a week? Is that about right?
A couple of days a week.
Yeah.
I'm over there twice a week on Mondays and Wednesdays.
There you
that
go.
may not be game days. But
Well, Mondays
are, yeah.
Monday is.
So it gives me a chance, and usually softball starts around 4 o'clock. And gives me a chance to swing on by there, maybe get to see a home game. So I love watching. So, listen, we appreciate you taking the time to come over here and talk about the Gosnell program. And like I said, I'm serious. I'd like to get an email. We wish you luck with building the basketball program.
Thank you.
And I know you'll do quite well there, and hopefully you'll be there maybe as long as Coach Williams was. Get you a state title there.
We'll see.
Yeah. So. Hey, we've had a great morning here at Batten's Bakery and another good talk show. We've had 4 wonderful guests. We want to thank Coach Weeks for coming on here and talking about Gosnell, Coach Harding and Coach Bowlin about the Greene County Tech Golden Eagles program, and Coach Bill Taylor, the new athletic director for Manila Lions. So, Dave, it's all you, brother.
We've got 2 games on tap for you this coming week. 2 broadcasts, that is. We'll be at Blytheville Tuesday night. The Nettleton Raiders and Lady Raiders taking on Blytheville. And then Friday night, we will be on the road at Batesville. We'll have the Paragould Rams and Lady Rams facing off the Batesville Pioneers. And then right back here 1 week from today on my birthday for a special edition of Double G Sports Talk Saturday.
Good job, man.
Thank you ever so much. All right, we'll see you Tuesday night from Blytheville. Thanks for joining us.
All right, good day.